Hey, Big John here. I got the Glock 43. Just thought I'd share some of my thoughts on it. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, SDI. You can check them out at sdi.edu. They're an online accredited gunsmithing college. They take GI Bill. They do several builds. They're working on a 1911 build right now. Just check them out, sdi.edu. Really awesome opportunity for you guys out there. Any information, anything I have going on or sponsors or anything you're curious about, just check the description. I've got links to the podcast down there and all kinds of stuff. So then just feel free to ask me any questions if you have any, if you're wondering about any the dumb things that I'm saying in the videos. So, okay, so the Glock 43. This thing has been anticipated for about 25 years. People have wanted something like this. And finally it's here, and we don't know what to do. So I don't really know what I'm going to say about it. No, but it's an interesting gun. It's sort of just like a lot of these guns do. It kind of falls in between categories. There is no such thing as a perfect gun, unfortunately. Wait, yeah, there is Glocks. I forgot. Glock Perfection, right? I forgot about that. No, but there is no perfect gun. Nothing fits perfectly into anything. And this is no exception, but it fits pretty nicely into one category that I've sort of kind of determined on my own, based on my own personal biases. And because I can be kind of a wimp about concealed carry, I'm real picky. I like to be comfortable. I'm not afraid to die every time I walk out the door. And that's nothing against people who want to carry a full size, a Glock 17 with 8 extra magazines strapped to them. I mean, no, it's fine. It's a free country. That's freedom. Like, we should be allowed to protect ourselves based on what we feel subjectively are reasonable means. But my subjective reasonable means is a small, comfortable gun, because it's not very likely that I'm going to be in a shooting. I don't make people mad. I don't have too many enemies. Now that I don't work security anymore, I stay away from bad neighborhoods. So, for the most part. So I like to be comfortable. And normally, as you guys know, I carry my car P380, which I always have, and that's the whole point of carrying a gun. You should carry what you're going to always have. If you carry an awesome gun half the time, then it's like not carrying a gun at all, because, as we all know, things always seem to happen when we don't have the right tools. So if I've got pants on, I'm going to have my car P380. So as long as I don't get caught with my pants down, I'm good. In that case, I might be able to reach down and grab it out of the pants. But what this kind of fits in for me is as an extremely light, low-profile belt gun. It's like just slightly too big for the pocket, but for me at least. But when it comes to a gun you're going to put on your belt, it's like as small as you can possibly get. Now, I would never carry a 380 on my belt, because to me, the point of a 380, at least for me, is as a pocket gun, because you can make a 380 really small enough to put in a pocket. So that's what a 380 is to me. It's a pocket gun. So I would never carry a 380 on the belt, even though there are some good, bigger 380s, like some of the Bursas and stuff like that. But I like the idea of carrying a 9mm, give me a little more punch without sacrificing too much of the comfort that I like, when I'm carrying. So this kind of fits in a cool little category for people like me who like to be comfortable, but they like to also have a 9mm. And they want something that's reliable, because it is a Glock. I mean, assuming it doesn't have the growing pains like the 42 did, it's probably going to be pretty reliable. So that's sort of, in a nutshell, kind of like where I see it, basically. A good holster gun for lazy people, basically. So let me shoot it some. Guess I shouldn't eject these, throw these on the ground. These aren't my mags. Oh, missed that one. Oh yeah, I know I'm not supposed to use the slide lock, but that's okay. There, I'll do it this way this time. think I got 2 more mags sitting over there that I'll grab in a second. But the thing that I noticed the most about this gun is one of its big advantages, and you can tell that that was what was on Glock's mind when they made this, was they wanted to make as small as not just the smallest gun that they could, but the smallest equally shootable gun that they could, if that makes any sense. This thing shoots just as well as a lot of full-size guns. Not as well. I mean, you're going to shoot better with a Glock 19 than you are this, of course, but it's scary close to how well I feel like I can shoot this just almost as well as I could a bigger Glock, which is where a lot of its value is to me, because it's so small. Even though it has low capacity, it's a thing a lot of people are upset about. Why didn't they go ahead and make it 7 rounds? Well, I mean, I think their thinking was they didn't want to make a gun that directly competed with the Shield or the XDS. They wanted to make a smaller gun that was as shootable as the Shield. So it's lighter than those guns and as shootable, but 1 less round. You know, that's the thing. And if you're familiar with the PM9, and for any of this information, check out our Hickok 45 video on the Glock 43. But it's basically a PM9 with a longer slide, in the same way that the Glock 42 is a Car P380 with a longer slide, basically. So that's a good way to kind of understand where it fits. But it's a pretty cool gun, and I also discovered a switch that you can turn that turns off that plus sign thing. So that's good. That's optional. The plus sign is optional. If you're not familiar with the plus sign, check out the Glock 43 commercials that have been on YouTube and stuff. So that plus sign is optional. So that's important. All right, shoot these other 2 magazines. Can't remember if I put around it. I'm just gonna shoot this mag out as fast as I can to try to I don't know, get an idea of what the controllability of it is, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's a Glock, for sure. Yeah, that's the big thing I noticed about this thing, is just the shootability for its size and weight. Again, for those specifics, check out the Hickok 45 video on it. It's a pretty cool gun. I mean, I feel like I always talk up Glocks, and people love to say that you drink the Glock Kool-Aid and you're a Glock fanboy. All these kind of things like they're negative thing. Of course, drink Kool-Aid is a negative connotation. If you don't know that, learn a little history there. But the thing is, you can use all the emotional tactics you want to try to make people who like Glocks feel bad. The thing is, they're not perfect. It's ironic that they call them Glock perfection with their marketing, but they're not perfect. No one who really knows guns and loves Glocks thinks that they are the perfect gun. It's just they do what they are intended to do really well, and this is just a good example of that. And so far I like it. So don't forget, keep checking that MySpace page. I'm going to get that up and running eventually. Mail me in any of your questions or concerns. We'll talk to you later.